from Egypt, here is Hana GODA. And her opponent from China, the world #1, Sun Yingsha.
Here comes Shasha, and don't the fans just know that wherever she goes, they're there, they cheer, and they make for a special atmosphere. This is going to be spectacular. The superstar, the one who wins, who's won the most recent 2 Grand Smash events, Sun Yingsha, 24 years old, up against a 17-year-old prodigy in the shape of Hana GODA. Best of 5. If we go that far, first to 11, of course, win by 2. We know the rules. And now, let's have a look at the tail of the table. Well, it's not been a fantastic run in terms of results in recent times for Hana GODA, so a ranking of 26 in the world would reflect that. It's been quite the opposite for Sun Yingsha, who just consistently is the one to beat in any event she takes part in. #1, highest ever, of course, being 1, and her record is simply dazzling in the WTT. That win-loss record is incredible.
Please come for the toss.
They know it, and wherever she plays, they go. And let's just hope those cameras don't flash. Roman Klecker is the man who's going to have to police those phones and cameras throughout the course of this one. And Hana GODA is the one that's going to have to cope with the star power that she's now face-to-face with.
Please come for the toss.
Final words from the coach, and she has to get down to business.
GODA, please come for the toss. Red or blue? Blue for GODA, red for Sun. Sun, 1. That side. Service or receive? Receive.
So here we are. What more is there to say about Sun Yingsha but that she turns up and she delivers more often than not? Jimmy Butler's with me, and I know you've seen so much, Jimmy, during the course of your incredible career as a 4-time US national champion, a 2-time Olympian. How does she measure up amongst the greats for you? We'll talk about Hana, of course, as well, but you know, let's talk about Hana's potential before we get on to what we see from Sun Yingsha. For Hana, obviously, it's all about the fact that she's now juggling her studies. She's at a university in Hertfordshire in England studying psychology, and that's obviously going to set her in good stead as she allies that to her talent. But talk about this woman.
Well, first of all, number 26 in the world, that's always within range of defeating the world #1. That is not chump change, I like to say, as far as the world ranking is concerned. But anytime Sun is out on the court, it's almost a must-watch.
And of course, a must-win in many ways. Okay, disappointment for her at the finals, but then subsequently Singapore Smash, and of course in Chongqing, and the champions there, it's a win for her. But then you go back to the more previous Smash, and she won that as well. So, Sun Yingsha, consistently great. What does it take to do that at the top level of table tennis?
Yeah, just incredible what she's accomplished thus far, and anytime she's out on the court, I call it a must-watch. I just like to watch her demeanor, just everything she does. She's just so special to watch.
Whereas for Hana, the thing about her is the win percentage might be low, but we have memories of her coming close to upsetting really top players. Chen Meng last year in Chongqing, for example, being one. She's had the ability to beat high-quality players as well. And she's not just playing against the players, she's playing against the aura, the support, the noise. Should Hana get herself into a good position, those fans will make it noisy for her. They'll get loud. And that's why this is a special one. At the end of this week, the champion's going to walk away with $100,000. Whoever wins this women's singles. But for now, they're focused on just making it to the next round. Talking about those fans, let's have a look at the fan vote. Well, I find it slightly surprising that as many as 22% have given Hana GODA the chance of winning this one. Normally it's overwhelming when Sun Yingsha, when Xia is playing. And the USA is getting a taste of what makes this so special. WTT, World Table Tennis at the very highest level, has superstars whose following on social media is up there to rival absolutely anyone. And you're looking at one of them about to serve.
That was some special camera work there coming up from the Chinese bench. I loved that.
Straight away, the number one swats a forehand definitively to take the first point.
And it was the serve that gave her such an easy swat. Great serve. Got GODA to pop it up. Nice receive there.
1-all.
To tie this game up.
And what's lovely about Hana GODA is she's just this bundle of energy, this kinetic, non-stop movement. And she rehearses, replays every single shot, good or bad. Wears her emotions very visibly. But she's up against somebody who is so solid.
Got a nice look at some of her fans in the crowd there as well. And they're already into this match, these first few points.
There you go.
3-2.
When she's at her best, it's like that, side to side, dramatic, driving play. She likes the intensity of play. Back-to-back points for 3-3 now.
That's a great receive there. Watch this receive. It's slow and high, and those are difficult to deal with because you're not expecting that. So the world number one, that was not an easy ball for her. Thought there was going to be more pace on it.
And at 17, Hana is still growing. Physically, you know, you're seeing her just get stronger. She's also growing into her game. There's a lot of variety to it too.
Well,
you can see early in this game the strategy, the serve strategy of GODA. She's serving deep a lot. We've seen a number of deep serves already. Just taking the short game away from Sun and just serving deep and rallying.
4-5.
Her last three receives have been near perfect, John. I mean, if you're Sun, you don't want that kind of pressure coming at you off your serve. A nice job there by Sun. She said, I'm going to serve this short to GODA's forehand so she can't do that banana backhand flip at me, and then I'm going to do that.
Let's remember the last time we saw Sun in action on this table here in US Match 2025, she struggled a little bit in her opener. Pushed all the way by the Aussie, Yang Liu. Only just came through 3-2 in her round of 64 match.
What a nice misdirection there by GODA. Wow, that's a nice looking serve GODA has. That was a great camera angle. I really could see the amount of spin GODA's able to create on that serve. Anytime you have a strong service game, it helps keep you in matches like this when you're playing an absolute giant, the world #1. If you can give that world #1 to have some problems with your serve, it can really help even things up a little bit.
Oh, she tried to live with her. She tried to keep pace, but in the end,
7-6.
she couldn't.
What a great job by both athletes that point. A nice receive by GODA, just a better reaction from Sun. That's a quality receive right there. But that's just too good. And your opponent goes down the line on you off that quality receive. Another deep serve.
7-8.
And another successful finish for GODA. Oh, that's a great look at it. Look how she was able to get that body to her side and get that shot in. And another deep serve.
8-all.
Yeah, there's a game plan there, isn't there? She's really using it to great effect. 8-all now.
Well, it puts a lot of pressure on you when someone's serving deep. You have to attack it. So that's, first of all, takes away the short game, which obviously GODA's wanting to do. And she finds herself tied up at 8 apiece. Another quality receive.
9.
What do you call this stage of a game? What's that phrase you use?
It's winning time, John. And right now, GODA strikes first.
Not this time.
9-all.
Pin behind the table, Hana got it out.
Nice
9-all.
receive here. Watch the receive. That's pretty good. A little high. And then you have to deal with that.
It's early yet, really, in the context of this match, but listen to those fans already.
And here comes the spinny quality serve of GODA. Let's watch how Sun receives this.
Oh, a little flick off the net towards the end of that exchange.
And you need
And
those,
it's a game point because of it.
and you need these kind of breaks if you're GODA. That ball hit the net, into the point. Now she's got a game point with the serve.
Hana GODA, the celebration. Look at that face. Jimmy, how about this kid? Wow, Hana GODA does what we know she can. But it's Sun Yingsha that she's up against, which means that there's a whole lot more to do. But you can't take that away from her. She and Coach Hisham really, really, really at it. Well, it takes a lot to silence the Shasha fans, but 17-year-old Egyptian Hana GODA did that just momentarily there.
Second game.
She's taken the
GODA
first
to
game.
serve. Love all.
Well, that first game, GODA took the short game out on her serve. She served almost everything deep. Now you know Sun knows they're coming deep, and you know she's going to make an adjustment right now. Comes out to serve short the first one, so when GODA starts serving deep again, and you know she's gonna, let's see if Sun decides to start maybe taking some with her forehand. Let's see what she does.
Well, she had time, obviously, to get her head together with that of her venerable coach, Jo Ike. And they'll have come up with something, you can be sure of that. And that's one feature of Shasha's game is in adversity, she finds a way.
Well, I love that GODA just served 2 short in a row. She totally changed her strategy. Great thinking.
Kind of a double bluff, I suppose, going back to that point you made about the serve there. She's a student of psychology, as I said, and without getting too cliched about it, she clearly has a smart table tennis brain as well.
That was a great receive and a good finish, but the receive, watch this receive right there. Oh, we weren't able to see it. That receive was special from GODA. Oh, what a serve. That serve was loaded.
It's a real weapon. We'll get the percentages up at some point and have a little look at what she's working with in terms of wins on serve, Hana GODA.
Sun wisely just put it on the table safe. It was so spinny. Oh. It's the first time we've seen Sun go for a blistering shot this match. Watch Sun right now. She decides to lay into one. And what that does when you miss it, these great players will usually automatically back off and not try another one for a little while, because you don't want to be doing that a second or third time. So that's kind of what they're doing out there. Is that was a heat check. It wasn't there. She'll probably won't do that again for a few points or more.
Yeah, it all goes into the Shasha data bank, the memory bank. It all gets processed, and she's so good at making the right selection when it matters. But what she's up against is raw talent and precociousness. And that's what makes Hana GODA so very dangerous. Plus, she's played in front of hostile, as it were, crowds in China, so this isn't going to phase her either.
And there's another one that wasn't quite as hard as the backhand, but she put a little extra on it, missed it. That'll immediately make her back off on the forehand side as well. She doesn't want to make unforced errors.
5-4.
She wants to make GODA make those kind of shots to beat her. And if she can do that 11 times, Sun will shake her hand. But you don't want to start making a lot of unforced errors yourself. That's how these great players think. I learned that from them. Tried to do it. Not as well as them.
Well, you did it pretty well. But the key to it now is, and you've asked the question, has Hana GODA got the game to do that consistently if she's given the chance?
See, that's what Sun is so good at. She can play that speed almost all day. It's when she starts going faster than that, if she's not in a really good rhythm, she'll start missing. You saw her miss a couple, and she doesn't want to do that very often against GODA. See, they're safe from Sun. She's playing safe.
What a change of angle, though. Didn't get away with it because she loses the point. But there was just an almost imperceptible shift to a line drive there. That one.
And watch Sun right here. She goes for a little extra, and see she misses it. So she's trying to find that speedier pace. Hasn't found it yet. And she's quick, and she's able to make those balls. But she's missed a number of them. So that's kind of what she's thinking out there, is she wants to avoid making those kind of errors. She wants to keep that ball on the table. See, and that time GODA went for a high-speed shot, high risk. Wasn't even close. So, you know, GODA also doing the same thing, seeing what she can get away with as far as speed.
What an atmosphere already. Again, that little spin away in anguish from Hana GODA, who will feel she might have made this one.
Because she knows she has to make those shots to win this match, because that is beyond makeable. She'll make that almost every time. Scores 6-all, she's up 1-0. You know, the pressure got to her a little bit on that one. That's an easy finish for her. Oh, great serve.
And again, that bails her out, as it were, or gets her back on track.
See, Sun is not comfortable against her serve, and it has evened this match up.
Again, we see her play here, just gesture. Wow, that kicked up at me.
She got a little extra force on those shots. That's got to make her feel a little more confident. She decided, I can't sit back too much anymore. I've got to put a little extra mustard on some of these balls.
So quick, so efficient in her movements there, Jimmy. So much power coming out of Yingsha.
And that's a 14-shot rally we just watched right there. And like you said, John, it's winning time right now, and right now Sun striking first. Oh, she got the net there.
Yeah, and that puts her on the brink. 3 game points now to level it up.
What an ending to the second game for Sun. She's upped her level.
Hana GODA couldn't hang on. Dragged around, and it is Yingsha who comes back with a vengeance to make it 1-1. How many times have we seen this happen? It's not common for her to drop a game, but when she does, more often than not, she finds a way back into things. 1 each. And this might just be huge, Jimmy, in the context of the match, because if she has found her mojo, if she is now beginning to fire, then Hana GODA is going to have to be even more impressive than he has been so far.
Time.
Okay, Coach Joe Ika says his thing, the fans say their things. There's all kinds of wonderful fan art. Whenever Xiaoxia's around, they bring it, and it's so wonderful, the color they bring to this occasion. Just to let you know, the winner of this one
Soon to serve.
will meet the winner of Orawan Paranang and Chen Yi in the round of 16.
Love 1.
That's a quality receive. That deep serve came right at GODA, and she took that right off the bounce and won the point.
Two love.
Just acknowledges the little flick off the net there. But this is a bright start with serves to come now for Hana GODA to game 3.
Wow.
Long serve, Jimmy, again.
Well, watch the forehands after the long serve by GODA. Watch this. She serves deep, and then look at that one, and then again. Very impressive. She was in awkward positions and still came up with those shots.
It's 4 now. What a start to this third game by the young Egyptian. There have been some top Chinese men players who have fallen, but a giant killing's gone on here in Las Vegas already this week. There have been a couple of scares, worries, not least for Sun Yingsha in her opening encounter here on this table a couple of nights ago. But all of those who support Team China watching this will be hoping that tonight's not another one of those nights.
Those are 2 big-time serves right there from Sun. She got GODA to miss them both outright. When you're down 4-0, it's 1-all. Down 4-0, and you can get your opponent to miss 2 of your serves in a row. That's big time. Because Sun isn't feeling confident right now, so if you can get your opponent to give you 2 points because of that. She's struggling to win a point once you get into the rally. This game, I mean, she ended the last game on another level, but she's gone back to struggling again, you know, trying to find that rhythm she had at the end of last game. It's not there right now.
But she's still got that. Look at the economy of movement. She didn't leave the spot she was standing on there, Jimmy.
GODA's really making life tough on Sun because GODA keeps bringing the ball back. I mean, look at the shots Sun had to make to win that point.
Yeah. This is intriguing, and the way that she's playing the mind games here as well, Hana GODA. Over there with Coach Isham. Let's come back to this absorbing encounter very shortly, but let's check in on some action from the Smash Arena. And out there, we have got Yi Sang-soo looking to get past England's Liam Pitchford. And doing just that. So having ended an American player's hopes, he does it to an English player in 3 games to 1, the scoreline there. Now, have a look at this. I think it's fair to say that the biggest entertainment in WTT has now come to the States here, Jimmy, hasn't it? We were waiting for the Sha Sha show to come to town.
Time.
Chorus of Jayo around the Maverick Arena. Picks up the equipment with her face on it and now prepares to take on Hana GODA, who still has that advantage. It's 1 game apiece.
3-5.
Again,
3-6.
a little clip of the net and an apology from the Egyptian.
Sun has 4 points this game. 3 of those points she won outright off her serve. That's how this game has gone for her. She's won 1 point when the rally was extended past the receive. Great serving from Sun to keep her in this game.
But to build on the point you've just made, I know that you have a theory that if you get a certain number of points on serve like that, typically you're going to win a game. The problem is her all-round game is just not quite consistent enough to guarantee that yet, is it?
Right, that's why I like to say usually. So GODA's missed 3 of her serves already, but she has a 7-4 lead, so this is one of those.
It's the outlier, isn't it? This is the exception to the rule in some ways. But it's going to be fascinating, this, because it's already building up now.
And it's not an exception to the rule if Sun ends up winning the game, you see. So this game is just getting started right now, ladies and gentlemen. And there's another one. That's 4 points, one.
It's just keeping her alive in this, isn't it?
Exactly, and that's why the serve can just totally change everything in a game.
Stop. No flash photography, please. 6-7.
Not this time for Yingsha. It's still a 2-point game as we get to the business end of game 3. Tied at 1 apiece.
Oh. 8-7.
Every now and then we just get a flash of brilliance that reminds us why she's world #1.
Wow, what a great angle to watch that beauty.
Oh, she misses though. Just the inconsistency. She hit a beautiful backhand, both feet off the ground, on the rise, on the up, but this time she'll feel that she should have executed off the forehand.
Just missed by a millimeter.
That salute was for her coach. Just trying some fanning defense back off the table. They're unable to make contact.
Wow, Sun comes up with some quality shots here. GODA put pressure on her, and she hung tight, got the point, and there's some reaction from GODA.
Always. Oh, that's big, big. Drops a point on serve and hands a game point or 2 to Hana, who can take matters into her own hands because she has been fantastic serving throughout this match, Jimmy. It's a big, big chance now.
And now the question is, does GODA just serve it long, force Sun to have to open and attack and then play the rally out, or does she serve short? I don't know what she's going to do.
You got your answer, went into the rally, lost it, still has a game point though, and a serve to come. Juice, she survives.
Well, what a decision on the receive. Watch this receive. She jams it off the bounce, quick. Mistimed GODA. So Sun ready for the short serve because she had just served deep previously and jumped on it with a safe quality receive.
Gets the serve back as well. Oh, but misses. Not the first time we've seen her miss with that.
So, you know, even the world #1 feels pressure in these moments.
Now the fans try their best to keep her in this. Oh, and that's it. There's some emotion out there. Hana GODA, 2 games won against the world #1, who needs now to win 2 to stay in the US Smash 2025. Are we seeing something huge here in the Maverick Arena? It's a way to go just yet, and you never write off Sha. Let's listen in.
而正手出手都偏快了，你很少这样，就是你现在正手也是瞄，不要瞄了，顺势拉就行了，拉完有准备，你看第2局就会好一点。不要想100拉死他，啊，然后这个还有什么？哎，你还是哎，先不要照，有点照，不要照，还1分分去打，然后有时候被他打几个，你敢拉不死，你长回合就行了嘛，气长一点嘛，他也打不死你，对吧？啊，脚动起来，脚要动起来啊！
Ooh. So, Yingsha just exhorting her to be more patient. You don't have to win it in 2 or 3 shots.
GODA to serve, love all.
Well, I love that advice, John. I like to say anytime the Chinese speak, I listen in table tennis. So he's telling her to extend the rallies. There you go.
Yeah. And despite a couple of really creative shots from Hana GODA midway through that, the point goes the way of Sun.
Because we all know that Sun has great offense, but she probably has perhaps the best defense in the game. So her coach saying, hey, rely on that a little more. Great point. That's too good. You tip your hat if you're Sun. That's just too good from GODA.
It's a fascinating stroke she plays, that sort of fanning one that works for her so well off that backhand in front of the body. Doesn't work this time, though.
Sun, one of the most calm players in the game. Just look at her demeanor and how calm she is, even though she's in a tight situation right now.
And again, Hana GODA spins away, this time in triumph. It's her turn. It's her time, maybe. If Yingsha is just a little bit cold, if she is off her game, now is the time to take it, to make headlines. This would be a result spoken about for a long, long time.
2-3.
Watch this receive by Sun. She jumps on it off the bounce, kept it low to the net, medium speed shot. Great job on that receive.
Once again, a little bit of help from the net court there. 3-all. And this is now moving towards a tense, gripping stage of this match. It could end in this one, or Yingsha could go the long way round to make her way into the next round.
How about that receive? GODA says, I'm going to jam this off the bounce right into your backhand down the line.
Timeout.
Timeout called. Not surprised to hear that. And it's for the Yingsha camp. Some more work to be done there. What's impressed you the most about Hana GODA, Jimmy?
all aspects of the game right now. Her serve has been so effective.
你脚底下太慢了。
Her offense, both sides of the ball, she just keeps coming at you. And her defense, I mean, Sun starts sending some bullets her way, and she gets them back, John.
Yeah.
好吧，包括你拿它，这个就说这么
Let's
低
listen
的
to the
球，
last
借力
words
发
here
力
from
还在
Coach
发力
Teo.，
把这球拖起来都可以。好吧，现在发球，没问题，你发就打相持嘛。
没事，发长了。
行啊，你舒服吗？
发高拍低抛，
对，行。
低抛抓着他们一蹬，我的手只能粘过去。
行行，发完稍微把节奏很舒服，没有问题。啊，击发就是正手这个球有点直拍，啊，有时候手跟手，然后这把我拧起来往前靠，这地往前靠，好吧？啊，一分分来啊，可以啊。
What's fascinating about that, Jimmy, sorry, was that it wasn't one-way traffic. Actually, Sun Yingsha had a lot to say there. Now, whether that means that she's, you know, raised a few issues.
3-4.
Talking about her serve more than anything. So he wants her to go long. We've seen success for GODA from that. And on receive, he wanted her a little bit closer to the table. Oh, it's in. Wow, she's had a few breaks in this match, but that's the biggest.
Well, I've counted 5 net balls to Sun's 1 net ball that meant anything this match.
Yeah.
And that's what you need if you're GODA. You kind of need a little help along with your great play.
Yeah. So it's just too professional to let anything like that phase her, so she comes straight back to the next point.
So the coach of China told Sun to stand closer to the table on the receive. That one worked out well. And that one too.
5-all.
So they're square again, 5 apiece in this absolute cliffhanger in Las Vegas. Nose in front when she needs it most.
GODA has been receiving so well this whole match. Other than that one game, she missed 4, but still won the game. Well, there was a miss there. We haven't seen that in a while. There's a quality receive. How about that?
She's disrupted the Sun Yingsha game so well, hasn't she? We've never seen the #1 really settle into a rhythm, a pattern of play. And his charge is doing him proud. Whichever way you look at it, whatever camera angle we offer you, this is compelling stuff. And it's tight, it's neck and neck in this 4th game, with everything riding on it potentially.
And Sun's starting to show some emotion out there when she wins a point.
Oh, she gets one back. You were counting them up there, Jimmy. She gets a little flick there and a bit of karmic return.
And well-deserved help from the net there, as most of them, as John just said, have gone against her. Boy, that was a big one right there.
Yeah, 2 points at this stage of this match and this game, huge. And she serves still. The most of it. It's a 9-6 game.
9-6.
And she might just have weathered the storm.
Watch this right here. That's one of the smoothest forehands I've seen her do this match. Look how smooth and clean that is. I loved that shot by Sun to open up, but you saw the result.
See how quickly sometimes GODA takes the ball. How early.
Nice safe down the line opening. Great shot by GODA.
But this time, it's long, and it's 3 game points for Yingsha.
Sun
Don't the
went
fans
in.
love it.
Sun went in on that receive like she was gonna banana flick it, and at the last second she pushed it. That threw GODA off. She thought she was gonna get a banana flick at her.
Can't get that one to come down on the table with topspin, and as a result we're tied at 2-2. And for the second time in as many outings, Yingsha is taken to a 5th and a decider. But the only difference is this time she's delighted that's the case, because she needs to win and keep on winning to go through. So 2-2, all to play for. We've got a shootout here in Las Vegas to come.
现在你自己拿发球有一点，
他这个配个长的对吧？
飞个长的，还有你侧旋短的也可以有啊，不能全没有，侧旋一个时段有没有问题的。好，你现在接发球，
发反二短，
不用正手转，对，就你不是有转不转吗？现在发转不转为止，有个配合一个时段，对，啊，加点晃你就出来一点没问题的，对，啊，接发球先很好，正手低于出台，反手如果是戳下去和拧起来，就像是你只要使上劲，你的球比他转多了。 啊，这个球千万不要说，哎，老好，有劲加转下去，有一点失误很正常，不用想那么难。而且他小毛子还能，انا مش هو الراجل معاها الدنيا مش مشكله بس انا عايز انا يلا هنا يلا
يلا هنا يلا.
Phew. And breathe. All right, Jimmy, what next? What happens now? Let's have a look at their stats. Yingsha, you won't be surprised, has an incredible record. 75% likely to win a deciding game, whereas Hana GODA down at only 1/3 of the time she's done it. Now that alone would suggest who should be the favorite here, and she's serving.
Well, I'd like to say, as hard as it was for GODA to get to 2-all, it's going to be equally hard or probably harder to finish this match.
She was down on one knee. That's exactly what she wanted. Both points taken on serve. And now the pressure, for the first time really in this match, Jimmy, is piled upon the young Egyptian.
And you don't want Sun to get a lead early in this last game, or she's going to start playing more relaxed.
Oh, yeah. That's what makes her so special.
Watch the angle that GODA gets on this finishing forehand. Check this out right here. I mean, that's way outside the line. GODA accidentally served high. She was so scared that Sun was going to pounce on that serve. Watch her off balance right here, because she thought Sun was going to punish that serve, so that high serve threw off her whole routine that point.
Throughout this match, Hana GODA has looked so calm, so composed, and by her own, volatile emotional standards, she seems to have this newfound aura of control and calm, but that's going to be put to the test now. There's no greater challenge than Yingsha.
How about that receive by GODA? That was a strawberry right there.
And that was taking what was given her and making the most of it. Two great receives then.
And that serve did not want to go long there. That was an accident by Sun. That was supposed to be a short serve, and so once it went long and GODA was able to attack it, Sun wasn't ready. That was supposed to be short.
Yeah, just bounced up and begged to be hit, didn't it, really?
Oh,
the deep serve and the net cord. How many times have we seen that combo?
So many. Let's watch it again. There it is. Nothing Sun can do when that happens.
When you come to Vegas, you hope your luck's in. It hasn't been in terms of that facet of the game for Sun Yingsha so far.
Wow.
4 more.
Again, great angles with the camera work there, giving us a sense of the pace there. And that's the thing about this, you know, if anyone's watching this sport for the first time, Jimmy, they are always amazed at the speed with which those shots are produced.
And Sun will take those kind of points won all day. Watch this medium speed opening with a lot of topspin. That's a low-risk shot for her. And if she can win points that way, she is going to be one happy person.
Oh, staying alive, but not now. GODA just can't make that, and Sun Yingsha is turning on the heat.
4-6.
Wow, credit both athletes. What a point.
Sometimes you need a reminder of why someone is the best in the business, and Sun Yingsha is just giving us a reminder right now.
It's crunch time, and what a receive. And Sun is one calm and cool customer right now.
It's a 4-point gap in the decider, and that is enormous in the context of this match. And now the expressions contain a little bit of anguish for Hana GODA. There's been so much for her to celebrate, but this one looks like it's just getting away from her. Or is it?
Once again, that serve got away from her. It goes half long. It wasn't short. It was supposed to be short, and she's not ready because she's expecting it to be short.
But there's so much still to do. She trails by 3 and has to receive once more. It's back to 4, it's up to 9-5, and those fans now might be daring to believe that their favorite is on her way through. And from a neutral point of view, you don't want this one to end too soon. This has been such a great match. Oh, not now. Not at this stage, Hana. She hands 4 match points to Sun Yingsha, having served so well. She's still in this, but it's a mighty tall order for Hana GODA. Still 3 match points for the world number 1.
Sun wins 3 games to 2.
Because Sun Yingsha again has struggled, but again has showed what she's made of. 9-11, 11-7, 10-12, 11-7, and then in this fifth, a decisive game, 11-7, for the woman who never knows when she might be beaten, who always knows how to win. Jimmy, how good was she, but also how good was her opponent?
Oh, what a performance by both athletes. And you know, it's going to be looked at like Sun struggled, but to have these matches under your belt and to take that forward, being in 2 pressure-packed fifth games in her first 2 matches is huge for her moving forward.
But again, Hana GODA enhances her reputation, her brand value as she goes back to the drawing board, knowing that she's run the best in the world very, very close here in Las Vegas this evening. What an encounter that was. The crowd made it. The players delivered on the night on this spectacular stage in the Maverick Arena. And so, as we look back at that one, the best part of 50 minutes of action there. And at the end, Shasha was able to just stretch away when it mattered most. Hana's service percentage wins dropped to 42, and that might have accounted for her inability to keep touch with Shasha at the end there. But we know just how close that was. And it'll be interesting to hear what Shasha herself has to say about the challenge that she just faced and what she had to do to win it. Let's get down to the table again and hear from her.
Well, I'm here to congratulate our winner, Sun Yingsha. What a tremendous win. Congratulations, Shasha. Now, Hana GODA is a young, up-and-coming table tennis player, and she was fearless in her play today. Could you first give us a quick recap of how you played?
恭喜莎莎进入下一轮。那哈娜高达虽然年轻，今天表现很强势。你先给我们回顾一下这场比赛。
我觉得今天首先，哈娜高达发挥的还是非常好吧。当然，其实这是我们第一次交手，然后她也确实非常年轻。在近几年来说，其实整个的技术还有整体的实力有很大的这种进步吧。而且她现在的排名也非常靠前。但当然，其实我觉得今天这场比赛一度也非常困难吧。但我觉得最后自己能够赢下来还是非常不错吧，因为也是我们首次交手，其实球路上根本不是特别熟悉吧。而且我觉得他整个的精神状态也是拼得非常好吧。
All right, so according to Shasha, she thought that Hana's performance today was fearless, it was great, and as a 17-year-old athlete, she's doing really great in her rankings, and she performed well today. There were some difficulties earlier in the match, but she turned it around, and she thought she did a pretty good job making that comeback. And this is their first head-to-head, so she sees a lot of potential in Hana GODA, but she's happy to take the win today. Now, Shasha, how did you manage to stay calm and eventually win the match after being down by a large margin?
莎莎在面对大比分落后的情况下，你在场上是怎么调整、保持冷静、拿下比赛的？
还是积极调动吧。我觉得还是想这种让自己坚定的去赢下比赛吧。因为虽然也一度1比2，第4局也一直落后，但我觉得比赛还没有结束吧。然后我也希望在这个大满贯的美国的赛场上，希望能够去珍惜比赛吧。然后也希望自己尽情多去展示自己更多精彩的表现。所以说我最后自己还是一定要坚持必胜的信念，赢下比赛吧。
I think it really came down to persistence and just putting my head down and fighting for every point. In those difficult moments, I had to encourage myself and motivate myself not to give up. And I'm hoping that here in US Match 2025, I will produce good results for everyone in the arena. Thank you so much, Sun Yingsha. Congratulations once again. All the best for the rest of your matches. 加油，莎莎！谢谢你，恭喜你。
Super stuff, great work from Shamian down there with the interviews, and Shasha always does great in the post-match interview. A lot of respect there for Hana GODA, and will have learned a lot from taking on the youngster a first time, and gave a lot of respect to the 17-year-old. So she's played great, she's spoken really well, and now she makes her way through to await the result in the encounter between Paranang and Chun to see who she takes on in her next round action. But boy, oh boy, she has had to work so hard in her first matchup in the round of 64, and then again now in the round of 32, extending